You have a turn 1 peer. Says they last played oops. Oops, I killed you. A little face melting to start things off. Love a good face melting. Yo, what's happening, everybody? We're going to be playing the Legacy Challenge. Good luck to everybody who was in the qualifier. I couldn't get through one of the LCQs. I wasn't able to get in, but we will play in the challenge today. I wanted to try out a couple Overmaster. I do expect a fair amount of... There's been a lot of control. Like, maybe not in if I was playing the qualifier or something, but I think people are really testing the waters with control. So, Overmaster certainly helps. I trimmed a Bergie and one of the Jesk as well. But now we get some additional protection between the 4 grids, the 2 Overmaster, and 3 Galvanic Relay. Alright. Run the draw. Do you link the spoiler? Sure. Anything you can so I can see what you're talking about. What's up, side? Let's see. Is the quality better now? I changed. It still only goes to 720. I'm trying, because I did a Windows reinstall and it fucked up all my settings on Streamlabs. So I'm probably not going to get it right the first change, but I apologize that we can't watch in 1080. I thought we'd be able to. Sand is pretty unplayable. This one is playable. This one plays. Highest upside is just getting rid of the gamble. Well, I guess highest upside is using it and getting the best possible luck, but like basically if you keep the gamble, then you still have a chance to go find LED if they Thoughtseize you and take LED. But then you're getting rid of some mana. Although if they Thoughtseize, they may very well... No, they can't take Petal. I guess what I'm saying is I'm willing to get rid of one of the Rite of Flames. Is either that or the land. Those are pretty likely to draw land. It's going to be Rite of Flame for me. Good morning, good morning. Seems to be one of my favorite decks I never get to play since I moved to fucking Montana. Whoa. Wow. I only joke about Montana when I'm talking about Western Mass. Someone tells me they live somewhere in Western Mass. I'm like, well, you might as well live in fucking Montana. You just actually live in Montana? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. We have just enough to double Echo. This was another reason to keep Gamble. So you can fight through a force. You can, like, try to find Overmaster somewhere in the sequence, but I'd rather just, instead of giving myself a chance to wreck myself with Gamble, just present double Echo. If all they have is Daze, we're just in there. They got double Force, so be it. They have 1 Force. Force plus Daze gets us. No 1080p. I know, I'm trying to... I reinstalled Windows and it fucked up all my settings. So, I thought I fixed it. Force and negation. Okay. Just ran into double force after OP played a forest. Oh man, that's brutal. That is brutal. Okay. Well, now we have 9 cards to their, well, 9, but 3 men already in play. It's pretty good after having the mulligan. It's a prismatic ending. Okay. And a wasteland. Well. I think if they had a force, they would have forced that. It could be force negation, but we're going. Okay. You're up, Jessica, as well. You are up. Oh, shit. Nice interaction, OP. Plentiful, however, not enough. Wasteland pending Tundra, main deck force negations. Probably like Stifle Knot. I mean, if they're playing a Deafening Silence and they find it, sure. I'm not going to play an Echoing Truth. But I'll play a Braid because even if it's not hitting, you know, a Lavinia or a Null Rod, I think it'll usually have a target. It's a good hand. I get the Echo blanket. Representing. I mean, I don't mind gridding here, but it's kind of the same as doing it next turn, and just getting more fuel for this relay. If like force plus stifle, that's going to be unfortunate, but mm. Might have consign, yeah. I mean, that's the world we live in. Oh, certainly. Oh, baby. Deal. Ah. Still a deal. And they picked up Archive. It's a little desperate. No pending. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 4. Echo. We can guarantee an Echo. If we get Echo with Burning Wish and then imprint it with Chrome Mox. And then gamble for Echo. That's probably the play. It's either that or do relay stuff. If I had any blue source, I could like Jessica's. Well, no, that's mana neutral. As opposed to going for a risky gamble line. Everybody might consistently refers to you as Anthony Scapanthony. Thoughts? There's no shortage of nicknames for either Anthony or Tony. Never mind my gaming alias. So I guess it's an unsurprising phenomenon. I guess I don't have to get Echo. I can just get like a Void Snare and imprint that instead, so I still have access to Echo. Oh no, this line doesn't actually work because I have to imprint Relay to be Hellbent. All right, risky gamble line it is. Thing about risk is it doesn't really exist when you already had it. Say just for example you have it the whole time, then you're good, really. Oh, another Brain Buster, huh? We don't have double black. I can go up 2 mana with Jeska's Will off of Burning Wish, but I'd have to imprint and use Opal 3, 4, 5, so I'd only have red mana. Like I could imprint Gamble and do that, and then use this Burning Wish for Reforge the Soul, but I'd have 0 mana, but I would have an Echo in the graveyard and a draw 7. I think I'm better off just like gambling for an LED. But where am I if it just misses? Pretty screwed, actually. I can just take the Relay. Because I can almost definitely beat a Null Rod. Deafening Silence would be a pain in the ass. That'd be like the one thing. I think Deafening... It's also bad if it hits my Chrome Mox. Although then I can still Echo. Did hit the Chrome Mox. I mean, all we ever really wanted to do was keep spinning, so... Ooh. My voice is so fucked, I can't even do a woo noise. Very sad. Why can't we just have an easy one? We have 1 Echo left. I'm not going to YOLO for a Burning Wish, but I don't even have a frontside Echo. Maybe... What's better odds? Backside Echo? With no Echoes left in the deck. Or YOLOing for a Burning Wish. It's probably YOLOing for a Burning Wish, actually. You got me with the woo. Thanks. Yeah, my woo is just... It didn't even come out that time. Just didn't even come out. You think we should spin? I don't know about that, man. My gambles are not great because we're not going to have any Echoes left. I can take a 6 out of 7 chance to win on the spot. Yeah. Nice tempo deck. Or, I don't know. I don't even know what it is. We didn't see enough of it. Or yeah, there was Wasteland and Days, so yeah. Hey everyone, thanks for making it this far. Just wanted to thank everybody, and if you're looking for more, show you where you can find that. If you go to the description below, you can find all of my links. If you go further down in the comments, you can also find my links, which will bring you to my Patreon, various tiers for Discord access, early access, sideboard guides, donation decks, coaching sessions. You can also check out the podcast within those links, as well as my Twitch, where I do most of my content. You can see the commands that you can use in the chat. Let's say you do dono. You're wondering how to get a link, how to do it. Tells you right here. And the members Discord is within the Storm, MTG Storm community. And of course, it's always going to help if you hit the like and subscribe. So thanks again. Keep storming, y'all. This is not the type of hand that you want against Blue Painter. Or a Chromox. I don't think I can keep this. They consigning chapter 3? A little scary, especially if they have like meltdown or something. A little bit of risk putting Mountain down, but I think it's the upside that we need to have a chance against Blue Painter. Yeah, that has me relaying this turn. Little Monolith, Rite of Flame. Okay. Andy time, baby. I thought for a second they were gonna consign the candy trigger. Oh, they're just super salty about Saga. All right, they went Ring Pass. That's a draw. Let's go. I mean, we're just dead to a sweeper. There's not really much use trying to play around it. Oh, wow. It's so close. Damn. Please, please no. I don't want to melt. Ooh, I like that. Re-ring. Nice. Nice. Now we have double echo. We can beat ring protection very easily. All right. They did find one force. Ugh, come on. 3, 4, 7. Yay! Finally got our opponent to shut up. Just don't want to hear it anymore. Still an Echo in the deck. Trying to find Second Wish. There it is. Recleave it. Little cleavage. And you thought this was a family-friendly stream. Some nice cleavage action. Took a lot of time, though. No one thought that ever. I mean, we keep it mildly wholesome here. I don't drop too many colorful expletives. I mean, it gets weird every now and then, but you gotta get weird. I appreciate it. How are we getting around the ring protection? The cleavage. The aforementioned cleavage. Well, I guess not specifically the cleavage, but take an extra turn after this one. During that turn, damage can't be prevented. During that turn, damage cannot be prevented. So the way that protection works is damage is prevented. And though you cannot be targeted by something like a grape shot or whatever, you can receive damage from attacking creatures. So you play Gambit and a big ol' empty, and you get them. All right. We can draw some protection. This is pretty sweet. Molly and Tony stream to rack up channel points and keep a Loro in check. Yes. We need the counter spells for the D&T leagues. All right, Saga, go. Any grids? Oh, that's a grid. We're hoping to grid plus Mind's Desire in the same turn. Well, it's not really a Force of Will because it's not free. So it's like a mana drain. Because it has a cost, but you really reap the benefits shortly thereafter. Oh. That's a draw. Now we can just slam one. Guilt-free. Now, they are a powerful version of this deck, right? Like, they're playing a Paradox Engine, Grim Monoliths, One Ring. They could, out of nowhere, just kill us. But I think they're more worried about us in that way. And they're pretty low on cards. But they get Key here, play Monolith, play Ring. We're really under the gun. See, if I get an imprintable, And I have enough to grid into Desire for like, I don't know, 1/3 of a million? Something like that. Rangan, the one card left, you got it. You imprinted on my heart. That doesn't let us grid. They have 2 cards left. I'm going. Question is, are we desiring? I think if they had a force, they wouldn't be naive enough to let that wish go. So I think it's time for the face melter. Listen, I don't have a rake, so I can't rake their flesh, but we can probably melt it. Yeah, they did die. But, you know, let's get the defense up. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy. Let's live life on the edge. Let's not cleave it this time. Ooh. No cleavage. It's kind of sad, huh? No cleavage. You think I came to this channel for the magic content? I heard there was cleavage. Damn it. I was told there'd be cleavage. Do we need to cast all these? I mean, one could debate. One could argue. What am I going to go to discard and lose value? We didn't cleave, all right? We only got one chance to get this right. Yeah, a little awkward. Mold to 5. Oh. Well, looks like it's go time. Wrecked. We got wrecked by ourselves. We didn't have much of a choice, honestly. They're going to lead on Nomads, especially after a Mold of 5. They either have, like, some protection or the combo. Probably more likely once they're on 5 to hold on to combo pieces, though. Well, looks like they did not have it. Wait one more turn, and then we'll try to rip LED. Yep. I mean, you kind of have to. Well, you don't have to, but you have to make a choice. Like, if I had a really solid turn 2 line, maybe I would have waited. But we kept kind of a risky hand either way. What's up, Kelly? Hmm. A gamble scarf? That'd be sick. Oh man. We would have ripped it last turn, though I don't mind ripping it now. L Pierce. We have one more look. I still think they have a force. Oh, yes. Non-instant sorcery mana. It's always like the perfect draw over or off of Overmaster. What do we protect here? I think I protect Jesk as well, and then present a frontside Echo with a ton of mana. I'll cast the Rite of Flame, because they're not going to counter that. And I can imprint the Overmaster draw if it's bad. Likely, at least. Seven, 8. Let's see. If we just Jesk as well and they counter it, I'll have 5. I would have to then imprint and have a no mana floating Echo. Yeah, I think I would rather protect this Jesk as well. They couldn't fight over Echo. First off, we had the mana to pay. Second off, we had resolved an Overmaster. It was uncounterable. If we draw Burning Wish, we get to Desire for like 1,000,000. Exactly enough to front and backside Echo. But I would really like for this to resolve. Ho 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 ho. Ew, and just like that, they died. Still had all these. Just gonna run it. Dude, Overmaster's been pretty sick. Good to have it back. An oldie but goodie. Can't keep this. Yeah. But if we draw a soul land, actually any land is pretty decent. I guess keeping Monolith is a little bit greedy. Land? Yeah. I guess we're afraid of consign, huh? I can't really wait a turn, though, because Relay is already taking an extra turn. Or I could. Yeah. That's a draw. Consign is still the issue. Not much we can do about it, though. Well, there's one thing we can do. Make this as juicy as possible. Yeah, juice it up. You can't let this go. Or yeah, you can, because we already cast the Rite of Flame for the Overmaster, but we got him. You sandbagging son of a bitch. All right. Not bad, not bad. Don't kill me now. All right, we're not dead. I'd really like a grid. Or at least another action spell. But we can at least lead on Horn and get 2 more cards if this is a blank. Get horny. All right, they're tapped out. We don't have to worry about Consign or Pierce. Any grids? Oh, yeah. Ooh. Classic nothing, huh? Classic nothing. It was a masturbate. We did masturbate. So today, we've engaged in some cleavage showing, masturbation. It got weird today. Yeah. Only a matter of time before we get canceled. I mean, I'm gonna cast the Grymn Monolith. Gonna cast it. Pretty good, man. Oh, it's Taddy. Taddy, friend of the channel. Oh yeah, good point. As though it's some exact science, and I proved you wrong. I didn't think of that. You're right. Yeah. Sixth. F6th with your blue deck. Ill-advised. Says last time they were on Omnitel. Here we go. Spin it. I guess we reforge. Only 2 Burning Wish left in the deck. You go for Burning Wish again? Problem is if it hits Petal or Opal, I don't have double black. So I think I am supposed to flashback Echo here. Spin it to win it. Oh shit. Last Echo in the deck. Maximum spinach. We've reforged and cast all of our Echoes. There's one more in the sideboard though. Actually gonna gamble for reforge here. It's just a way of guaranteeing a win if we hit without pulling a Burning Wish out of our deck. We miss. And it just guarantees seeing the rest of the cards in our deck too. So we can get rid of this gamble now. That's 3, 4, 5 spins. We've got the spins. We're just basically drunk. Get him with the grapes. Oh, yeah, we are. We certainly are. Refreshing take from yesterday's clapping, reverse clapping. Omnitel? I don't think we change anything. Deck is perfect. Gesundheit? Oh. Thank you. What's that mean? Like, Excuse you? I didn't sneeze, though. It was a cough. But thank you. In a high-stakes paper match, would you board in 15 and pull him out again? No. I tend to not engage in nonsense such as that. There's enough to think about with this deck, even with reps and having created it. Also, there's so many cards in your sideboard that you also have in your main deck. Like, it's not infrequent that I go to D sideboard and it takes me a little bit to figure out like which card is still not in my sideboard. Like, there's a Gamble in the board, Gamble's in the main. There's a Jesk as well on the board. Like, it's just Echo. It's not worth it. Especially when I play this deck publicly, constantly, and it has not changed all that much in quite some time. Like, I'm not tricking anybody. Kind of like Rite of Flame Burning Wish just to put an Echo in our hand or get them to interact with it. Could have also gambled for some sort of protection, but then you kind of want to like play the LEDs, and I don't really want to do that. That's what I mean. There's like a couple removal spells. That's it. Where's an Urza's Glasses when you need it? Taxian Probe would be so sick in this deck. So sick. Pretty good with Bergie, too. I don't quite know how this is going to go, but we can put a lot of threatening stuff on the stack, in our graveyard, etc. Did we see green stuff or red stuff? We did see a lot of stuff. We reforged twice. Tarn, Force, Stockout, Flooded Strand, Brainstorm, Flooded Strand, Emrakul, so neither. Cunning Wish, Stockout, Force, Pawn, Opponent. Okay, so it's green. Or at least it's not Sneak and Show. They're playing Cunning Wish. They don't have to worry about like Brotherhood's End or Pyroblast. I guess non-zero chance, but I mean, I would not expect them to be looking at us. They have been a supporter of the channel. They've been great. They're not currently in the chat. This is round 4. The problem is consigned to memory. Before consigned to memory existed, this was a common enough line where we would now crack Burning Wish and we can threaten a Mind's Desire, and they kind of have to counter the Burning Wish, and then we reap the benefits of the Echo. The problem is we'd have to dump six mana into it. I mean, you can also just not get Desire. You can get a gamble and go for double Echo. We'll see what they do. There's all sorts of double interaction that can get us here. Force plus Hydro, Force plus Consign, Force plus Surgical Extraction. Depending on what we do, Consign plus Surgical. Desire is really fun. You can also put Relay in her hand and then cast the Echo. It still gets destroyed by Force plus Consign. Plus, if you Relay and then they just kill you. A lot of times they actually don't have a ton of interaction. They're just hoping they get one more turn and they're going to kill you. And then you take your conservative line and then they kill you. There's also Fluster. Oh, shit. Bruh. Wow. Was not a great Desire, but not terrible. Now we're probably dead. I mean, they have to have it. Reasonable chance they do, but it has to be like it, you know? It's got to be Show and Tell into Omniscience plus Emrakul and, right? They could still cantrip, like if they have an Ancient Tomb or some amount of petals or whatever. But if they don't kill us, I think we can figure it out. We hit the Desire. That's sick. I mean, good they're not just slamming it. There's the Brainstorm. Now we're flaunting our cleavage. There are double Ds. Get the defense up. I mean, it's good news they haven't just slammed Show and Tell. They'll do that one animation I really like. Which one? I had to like spend an hour fixing them after having reinstalled Windows. Yeah, that's for when we win. Catch them all. Oh, wait. This way. Yep. Is it chicken attack? Reminds me what happens when I eat Taco Bell. What? This? Dude, that coin's raining down took a lot to set up. Just to show you, what is it? You have to like set up all these, play the audio. Like this, you know, I found this cha-ching noise. Cha-ching, cha-ching, ching, 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 ching. And then the perfect delay, start another one, and putting the GIF at the right time, activating it, delay. I mean, you got to manually do all this shit. It's just a pain in the ass to get it to make something that you want. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet program. You get a stream deck, one of these things. It even shows the GIF little animation on the thing where the magic is made. That said, is OP taking a shit? I mean, it's possible. You know? When you gotta go, you gotta go. I got my buttons to, like, I have one hotkeyed, so if I click on it, it just opens all of my programs. Ooh. All right, let's make sure we're not somehow F6'd. All right, can we do it? Can we do it? I guess we'll play the Berg. A lot more triggers, but we gotta show some love for her, you know? Can't forget about Babe. She's just been so good to us, you know? You could Desire again. No, we'll give him the Swift end drills. GG's. There goes my 12 win streak in challenges. Damn. Good luck for the rest. See you in top 8. It's a 4-0-8-0. No, we've dropped 1 game, 2 games. We'll take a look. Oh, no, we haven't. Okay, yeah. It is a 4-0-8-0. I mean, it's an okay hand. Any changes? Yeah, I'm playing 2 Overmaster in the main. I don't really want to look them up. That hand wasn't bad, but it was slow. We're on the play. It was on 5. Yes. Well, that hand is a banger. Wasteland me? It's fine with me. Oh, yeah, northeast. I'm like 45 minutes south of Boston, southwest. So 3, 4, 5, 6. We do have enough to Overmaster into Burning Wish for Relay. Non-zero chance Overmaster just hits LED and you get to play an uncounterable Echo. That's interesting. Saves more mana than it looks like. We imprint Echo. But Echo in hand is pretty strong here. But it gives us a Chrome Mox imprint and I don't... Oh no, I would still have to use Petal. So I'm not going to imprint. Needle on... Oh my god. Classic ambient noises. Alright, we're hoping they're a blue tempo deck. Not like, I guess even lands we wouldn't be too worried about, unless they somehow put a sphere into play. Alright. 5th consecutive blue deck. Ah. Kind of have to play Bergie here. Fishing Baleful Strix. I mean, we can go and hope they didn't find a blue card. They had 2 looks at it. Oh, man. That does make Gamble a lot worse. Yes, we hit the best possible. We get our land, we don't get hit by Spell Bomb, and obviously we got the LED. They did not hit a blue card. Oof. I think I just hold the Monolith for Storm. It's kind of the same thing if I just untap this one. Pay the 2 life. Maybe you play LED here. We're getting their black. Let's not get racist about it, though. Just gonna grind on a bit more, huh? Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, they're probably gonna take Relay anyways. I want Bergie to be able to go action on Jessica's will, or do I want a will for mana to be able to go Horn? I think it's Bergie. Ooh. Does mean I can frontside an Echo, so I can just gamble now. Doesn't feel like they have a force, but I would still rather frontside Echo, even if they don't force, so. Especially because it is my last Echo. Hmm. If we can get horny. Oh, yeah. SD with the Prime sub, 11 months. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, I think they have officially died. Oh, they're at 15. Took us a while. Yeah, you see that? Switch to some Radiohead. Excuse me. Oh, we still haven't dropped a game. Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah. I really only like one album though. Hell yeah. Apple doesn't fall from the tree, Dad. Probably just not good enough, right? Is better. Burning Witch. 2 red, 2/2 ETB Burning Wish. That'd be sick. Yeah. 7. We win this, we should be pretty much guaranteed a spot in the top 8. That's the plan. Hard part is the ghost thing now. That hurts. They probably take... Oh, they take Burning Wish. I was gonna say, if they take Grid, I'm probably just jamming anyways. They're F6th. I guess I'll play around Thoughtseize and, you know, have really bad horn or relay draws. That's fine. I would still like to draw an Echo or Gamble. Immediately punished. I mean, it's still not the worst draw, but... Informed by a fellow streamer that legacy is high for snipers, especially when playing against an opponent who's known for streaming. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've caught a number of people. Pretty pathetic. It's not good. That is not good. Like, you could relay and then play a monkey and hope that you can block the orc, but no, Overmaster first. I think it's such a weak play. Like, obviously, you quite possibly turn yourself off of that line by Overmastering there, which we did. Yeah, we did. It is a non-zero chance they can't kill the spirit guide, but yeah. Couple away. Sure. We dropped a game. It happened. Dropped a game. I'm a head out. I'm a head out. Yawns. I've seen enough. It's good shit. Mill the 5. Well, that wasn't good. Thought sees me. We can try to go for LED, or we can just get an Echo so that we can flash it back next turn. I can almost front-side it, though. I'm gonna not be a coward and get punished. No Bowmasters. No double blue. Hmm. All right. They pitch Raisenbar. You know, one card in hand. Murktide. Feels like Murktide. Puts us on one draw. I mean, we have a lot of good draws. LED Petal, Opal, Volcanic Island. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 5. It's not a ton of Storm. They are at 17. Guess we lose the Force of Negation, but they kind of F6'd on our Burning Wish, so... lose the Double Days? Well, not necessarily, because then we're not dead, and we get a turn. Got him. Alright, we dropped the game, but not the match. Oh no! Alright, this is fine. Because we're both 5-0. We're both pretty much in it. So... this is acceptable friendly fire. Uh-oh. No, they're 4-1. I feel so bad, though. He's such a good dude. And streamer, too. If you haven't already, go follow them on Twitch. Yeah, there's 7. I don't know, man. I mean, we're probably going to lose anyways. We lost the die roll against Reanimator, and they kept 7. Holy shit. Oh, man. Feels bad. I don't think we can afford to scoop them in, unfortunately. I could scoop in my last opponent. Obviously, X1 is going to make it. And I am the most likely to get in at X2 if I were to scoop them in and then lose the last round. But I think mono black. Are they dead at X2? For top 8? Not necessarily, but probably. I know this hand doesn't look great, and for a number of reasons, it isn't necessarily, but having double LED is one of the better things you can have against Reanimator on the draw. If we're not just dead, anyways. Ah, well, that hurts. That's actually a really good draw. Now, any red source and I can just peer. Let's not get thought seized. I'm sorry, Dad. All right, no ritual bowmasters. Oof. Ah. All right. Pretty good. Botatunia. Oh, they're going to scoop us in. They don't care about the seating. Cool. I guess that makes sense. If you're both EXO, because then second place, you're gonna be on the play unless you wind up in the finals against the first place. So I guess it does matter to an extent. Oop, right. Top 8 starting. You have a turn 1 peer. Says they last played oops. Oops, I killed you. A little face melting to start things off. Love a good face melting. Don't have any more gambles, huh? Whatever, we're gonna assume they're on oops. I was playing towards Reforging Soul and looking at their hand. Which is correct to do, but we're pretty dead over here. Already had a mere 9 life. We are such a dog on the draw. In fact, these are so bad that I guess I'd rather just play around them having, like, trap. I guess Leyline of the Void is probably more likely. Though I don't suspect either, me being on the draw. Do we know for sure? No. No way, dude. There's just no way. It's gotta be trap, right? They named the only card that they should name, Harnfel Horn of Bounty, but why would you ever keep this? Let me look at their last list. Force of Vigor? No trap, but I also don't see any needles. So, obviously they could have a different list. Whatever. I'm going hard. I'm gonna play into trap. We even get to keep an LED. Yeah. Almost get punished for it. Oh, right. No! I'm such a moron. Oh, the punt. They knew they'd get me. They knew they'd get me. I mean, either way, we're having to relay here and likely losing. But what a moron. They knew that we'd draw into only Bergie and relays. Okay. I mean, obviously, it sucks that we don't get our relay, but odds of us not dying here are so incredibly slim. I can never punt like this against you. Well, it's not often that I punt that bad. Okay, so they're not playing oops at all. The relay probably would have been pretty... Well, it might have gotten through. I do like having Bergie. Wait, what happened to my cube match? It got moved. All right, they didn't do anything, but we're not drawing anything. Oh, shit. I guess I play Grid. I can play Chromox and Imprint, but this Rite of Flame already nets a mana. There's that Oliphant. I think I'd rather just cast my small stuff. Getting in for 6. Yep. All right. All right. So we're up against ley lines. I'm glad I have these in. Another turn 1 Pier. Leyline me. See if I care. It's literally the best possible hand that you can have against this shit. They're just looking for ley lines. Should just have lethal here. Even if they block. Or no, it only deals 2. Or no, I have 5 more. Well, I guess we're going to be playing in a second, so I'll leave that. Another face melter. Sweet. But who knows? Maybe we wind up with force check hands and they have forces, you know. Okay. Sometimes you're just meant to win. Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no, the glitch. This is how you fix this glitch, by the way. When you're like, you can't flip your cards around, which to me is just unacceptable. Go to your deck builder, any deck, put a card in your sideboard, get upset that it's massive, change it. Well, that's not part of it, but I'm upset. Just move a card back and forth from your main and side, and then voila. I think I'm just passing. We are hoping they are actually on blue. You just need to grab it. Oh. Well, I know, for instance, when you go to sign up for an event and it has your deck here, this doesn't change unless you do actually move a card. If you go in a deck builder and move a card like I did, then it'll make your deck here. So I figured it would be similar, but okay. Basic Swamp Thoughtseize. All right. This is not Beanstalk control. Interesting. So now I can give myself a 50-50 to win on the spot, and it only costs me 1 mana to do so. And if I miss, I just echo. Sweet. Basic Swamp Thoughtseize. I mean, they played Storm in the past. They made some pretty sweet decks in the past. I think they were the first one to really pioneer the Elemental Eruption, like the blue, built kind of like a show and tell deck, but was doing Elemental Eruption stuff. But I think I've seen them play Ant too. Mono Black Aggro player? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong person. I'm seeing Painter, Beanstalk Control, Omnitel, Phoenix. All right, here from January, deck is called B. That's probably what this is. So there are Karns. Leyline of the Void. No traps, though. At least their list from frickin' January. I still just want to do this. Oh. I'm a moron. Why am I thinking that's who I'm playing? I don't know, I was thinking that I would get matched up against the person in fourth, and I don't know how I didn't notice it. I mean, there are problems. It's good against Leyline. Really bad against getting Thoughtseized, most likely. All right, so they are not playing Karns. It doesn't look like they're playing Leylines either. Obviously, a lot of discard. Out of the board is a Damping Sphere, a Null Rod. I think if we keep this, we get discarded and don't do anything. Reasonably likely that's what happens if we mulligan, though. It's not the best off the top, either. It'd be one thing if we were like 1 artifact away from Metalcraft if our pedal got discarded, but we're 2. Even like drawing an LED isn't good there. It says lands and a bounce spell and some fast mana. It's not the best, but I'm keeping it. Bottoming one of the lands is the best way to do something on turn 1 through a discard spell, but Opal's probably the safest. And if we're going to keep a Void Snare hand on the draw, should probably go with the safe line. Bauble? Yeah, they do have baubles in the list that we're looking at. It just has a cantrip with fetches. Interesting. Yep. Sure. Also Thoughtseize or no? Alright. The other hand would not have been great. Unless it ripped an LED, pedal, chrome mox, something like that, actually it would have been pretty good. I don't hate our spot, but it's not great. Alright. Okay. So we can... I'm one shy of doing what I really want to do. I want to bounce Null Rod and make goblins. I wish this were Echoing Truth. I can just go get empty. I guarantee I can do it next turn. I can also kill Null Rod, but it doesn't really help with Voidwalker. Could send on Relay, but yeah, that doesn't sound great. Sounds a lot like cycling our cards that are already pretty good considering the spot that they put us in. Right. That's brutal. Big Burning Wish or Void Snare? Burning Wish. We could have also just grape shotted the Voidwalker. That's a good draw. It's a very good draw. Wow. That's brutal. I do not have an Echo line with Voidwalker and Null Rod in play. Oh my god, that would have been so good. We're back in the same spot. Now we're probably supposed to just grape shot the Voidwalkers. I mean, we can Echo. If they don't disrupt us and we draw something that's mana neutral, at least. That's also good. Can't really complain about that one. Or probably I'm gonna have to kill like an Oppo agent or Bowmasters here. 2 cards. The life matters. They have 1 card. Bummer. Last card, Bowmasters, huh? Was close. I see Fairy Macabres. I don't see traps or ley lines, so basically just looking for a turn 1 hand now. It's close. It's a really good relay hand. I just think it's too high chance we'd run into some sort of hate that makes this relay not work. We can horn and have horn plus only echo, and if we rip an LED, then we win. But 2 looks at like a shy of 4%, 6% or so. No thanks. Yes, please. Can't snuff this shit out. One shy of desire. Nice and juicy frontside echo. And leave the LED. Surgical's an issue. Fairy Macabre, I don't care. I don't like that I can't frontside. I mean, I don't see any surgical, but they could have it. Like, how much do I care about this mana? It's a lot of mana, but we already have a lot of mana. I think I'm just flashing Echo back. Use my Spirit Guide. Sorry, Hog. I mean, I say I don't care about Fairy Macabre, but it would be worse. Because then I'd have no more Echoes, or 1 Echo in the deck. So 1 came from the side. Yeah, we did. We trophied the cube. Alright. I'm going to resist temptation. And cracking LED also plays into Fairy Macabre. They are dead. I do have to go all the way, well, 12. 16. Just trying to figure out if I can play around trap. I can only grape shot to 19 with Gamble still in my hand. And I would have to relay, which would likely make Gamble useless anyways. I don't think it's worth like gambling the Echo, hoping it doesn't hit Burning Wish, just for a chance to play around trap. I guess I relay, because relay is going to beat them anyways from here. So I relay into lethal. I'm fine with that. Like, just no reason to not relay first. If they have trap, they probably trap that anyways. I guess I could have just gambled for another Burning Wish. And then if I have both of them, in fact, I can still do that now. Although then I'm required to cast the Burning Wish if the other one gets hit. So I think this is fine. But I do think going for another Burning Wish would be better. Although similarly, then if one of your Burning Wishes gets hit because of potential surgical, you're required to play into trap. It's pretty obvious they don't have trap, but might as well take a second to play around what you can. They say good luck in the final. GG's. Word. Alright. Easy game. This one's unplayable. So is this. So options are keep a relay for 2 with 3 mana in play and a Burning Wish in hand. Well, it's Spirit Guide, but Burning Wish is probably better. admittedly weak. Or just start mulling for Echo hands. I think I'm more inclined to mull the Echo hands. Technically an Echo hand. That isn't completely embarrassing, but not great. No, there's no guarantee on the turn 2 Echo. It's good against Thoughtseize. Tempo. They kept on 7. Yeah, not the types of hands that we want against there. Well, not the types of hands we want against anyone. Definitely has been our worst set of hands. I just want to make sure they're not, like, obviously lurking, like people sometimes do. No. I know, Rodney. You just can't help yourself. Verdant Catacombs. Sure it's not bug? I mean, obviously they're often going to have some number of non-blue... I mean, not really, though. Unless you're just not playing a basic island. It's probably bug. They play 2 black fetches? Oh, they split, like... Oh, because they play black and blue. Or swamp and island. Makes sense. Thanks, Zaf. No more troll for free swamp anymore? True. That makes sense. Ponder shuffled. It's a great draw. I like it. So if we had found an Echo hand, we would have been sitting pretty. Or at least we would have gotten through. Oh, this game is just so easy, though. Like I said, sometimes you're just meant to win. God. Dude, I would be so tilted. They're smashing their own face. They said to think I felt bad for the mulligans. Oh, man. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Not enough to horn plus Echo. So we're going to Bergie plus Echo. Oops, that was close. I'm going to play the grid out. We have a ton of mana. I don't want to draw another grid. Back on them double Ds. Back with our tits in their face. Easy mull to 4. No, this is game 1. All right. Up a game against Tempo. To be fair, at that point, Ancient Tomb and City were also a really good draw. And with grid in play, that's why I was willing to sacrifice the Monolith. Like that grid, especially after they daze, it's gonna take them 3 turns to get out from underneath. It's game 1, so they have no hate. Like, we're bound to draw mana to be able to Echo, especially because we already had the blue source. Like, obviously, there's ways that it goes wrong, but I think we were favored as soon as that grid resolved. Braid is not main. I just brought it in place of a Jessica's Well out. Will is an excellent game 1 card, but post board, especially against a deck like us, people are mulliganing, so it becomes a much worse ritual. On top of that, they're forcing stuff. If they're going first, they're playing cards. It's also pretty dazeable. Does it come up that you use Shatterskull's removal? Absolutely. It's more relevant that it's imprintable as a land, but oh yeah. Even just being a spell that you can cast for 2 mana, you don't. It's up to, right? When you need Storm, comes up plenty. It will keep. We have no protection, but we have a lot of protection in the deck. 4 grids and 2 Overmasters. Probably getting Thought Seized, but we have a lot of land drops, so I do like that. Oh. Here's the big question. You slam here. Majority of the time, the answer is yes, but it's based on how solid your hand is. Like, it's not too much we're doing. I think I'm okay just taking an L to a Force and Daze at this point. Sure. Basically, I had already made that choice when I decided to play the Burgie. Burgie is particularly powerful in that spot because if they don't have Daze and they do have Force, then they have to make a pretty tough call. Yeah, it's reasonably likely. The problem is we didn't have all that much going on. Like, our hand isn't getting all that much better waiting. We had some land drops to make. Sure, we had a Burning Wish, but it'd be different if we had like a grid in hand. Although I would have taken a different line if we had a grid. Well, you definitely don't just win if it resolves there. But you restart the game on the play. Kind of. With them having a Nethergoyf, which is not as important as the land that they picked up. Just give myself another look at LED. Better against Thoughtseize too. They likely don't do, but sure. Jessica's Will gets a little better on the play, but it's still not great against them. I think I'd rather just have the Abrade. What's the downside of taking it a turn slower? Everything that's in their deck. Or a lot of the things that are in their deck. They cast cantrips, they put forces in their hand, they Thoughtseize you, they wasteland you, they, can find Null Rod, Cage. Generally speaking, it goes better for them over time. You need to be making them have it. This is not a solid hand. So the best thing this hand can do is bottom Rite of Flame, cast Rite of Flame Grid, pedal Opal, and have Echo in hand. Which is kind of weak. Definitely a weak play to make on 6. Rather mulligan try to find like a Tomb Grid hand. Not without problems, but so much worse that this isn't an Ancient Tomb. Okay. We're not open to Consign, which was the biggest worry. Force Pitch Stifle. Sure. 3 cards. Let's not have a Null Rod. Counterbalance. Also obnoxious. Cameo on top. Cameo plus 2 unknowns. Ugh, that is really bad for us. And you certainly got to make a choice. One of the more stressful cards they have to deal with. Probably 0. It also just makes Thoughtseize really good, because then you're afraid to play your LED if you do draw it. A 1. And it's another brainstorm. Interesting. We have very few 1s, but they might not have any 0s to put on top. They probably do now. They've also got Tameo stuff if they need. We have a defense grid in play. They can't. Pondering? Is this a Ponder Shuffle? The good news is if they're probably in a rough spot here where they shuffle, it's random on top. If they don't, they might be left with some really bad cards. No shuffle. Bergie. It's a good draw. I doubt there's a 3 on top. Reasonable chance they can't kill Bergie. Now they can force. Potentially. So they ticked up. So they probably have a force. All right. So it's not a 2. Problem is I think they have a force, so we don't really have like a great play to make. They ult Tameo, they almost surely find a petty theft for defense grid. And then we have a million counters we have to beat. Alright, they use their force. Pitching days. And now they get to ult Tameo. And we have to pray they don't find No Rod or Petty Theft. Even the fact that, like, they have 1 force would probably be enough as well. I mean, it's not in 0, but it would be very difficult to get through this here. You need to pay this and this. Oh, they drew both. To be fair, odds are pretty high that they do. Excuse me. All right. We don't need to. All right. 9-0 into losing the finals. We played against so much blue, too. Beat most of them. We'll take it. We will take it. I will say, we by far had our worst hands against them. Like, the whole tournament. Did not have great hands against them. But I guess you can't win them all.